It's called trust. So trust. Let's hear a definition of trust. Who's got a definition of trust? What is trust?
Having faith in another individual.
Having faith in another individual. So I'm going to keep asking. It's a pretty deep interpretation, so I want to hear some more people. So bring your energy into your chair. Once you sit down, it's easy to go, I'm out for the spotlight. Part of the rigor of being a leader is to be able to hold the energy for a duration of time. You talk about triathletes in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's our star.
Nice. There's training that you have to go through in order to sustain that kind of energy output. Amazing stuff, right? Same applies in business, same applies to you as a student here. You guys are at a very high level of being able to maintain a high level of thinking and energy output, right? But there's always another level, right? As he yawns. That's good. Right, so what is trust? So when I ask you guys to sit up in your chairs and really bring some more energy, I'm stretching you a little bit here. I'm pushing the limits. I'm letting you guys see what it's like. I gotta be present here. This guy's gonna call me out. What is it like to be present? Right, so I'm asking you a question now. What is trust? Come on, this is one of the foundations.
Putting your power in someone else.
Putting your power in someone else. What else?
Not getting fucked in the ass when you turn around.
You could hear me.
The language.
He's enjoying the language. That's good. How about you? What's trust?
Believing someone.
Believing in someone. Good.
Believing that someone can carry out whatever you throw at them.
Good. Carry out whatever you throw at them. Anybody else?
Allowing others to take your power, and not take your power, but like delegate your power to other people, and believing that can complete what we say they will.
Good. So see, delegation is part of his background, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the challenges. Yeah. So let's switch it around. How do you know if you trust me? Let me ask you.
I trust you.
How do you know if you can trust me? I'm up here and telling you shit that could be just like, whatever. How are you making your assessment of whether what I tell you is trustworthy? And again, you're the only person that can assess whether I'm trustworthy or not. I can't tell you I'm trusting. Can't. I mean, I can, but that doesn't mean shit. We talked about swearing earlier. They said it's okay to swear. Is that okay with you?
You ever have that kind of energy all the time? You throw it back as well. No, I can deal with it.
So, back to you, Senior.
I guess it's kind of a natural thing, so you're making a lot of eye contact. That helps a lot, I think.
Good. Gotcha. What else? How do you guys know if you can trust me?
Credentials?
Credentials, very good.
I'd
What
say
else?
there's three methods of persuasion or trust. So giving you trust is like allowing you to persuade me in this scenario. So I'd say there's learning from schools like ethos, pathos, and logos. Like, is what you're saying emotionally like resonating with me, which would be ethos, and then pathos would be logos is logical. Like, I think what you're saying makes sense. And pathos is
Ethos is credentials.
Ethos is credentials. That's right. Pathos is emotional resonating. Right.
Good. Great. Big thinker here. Okay, so let's move on from this. So trust, I'm going to give you what I call an operational distinction. What operational distinction means is that you can put it into operation. You can actually use it. Right? As you guys see, if one of the foundations for you and I to build trust in a business relationship, trust is the first thing that happens. If you don't know what it is, how are you going to build it? Right? So when I say operational, you can start to listen to these two distinctions and you can say, if that's what trust is, if you accept that, again, these are my languaging of it, but if you can accept that, then you can start to move in the world in a way that you can build trust and you can access trust. Make sense?
Yeah.
So the first thing you want to remember is trust is domain specific. So in this domain of coaching, in this domain of leadership of this classroom right now, right, this is what you're thinking of whether I'm trustworthy or not. Domain specific. If I walk out of here and I meet you on the streets and I say, hey, let's go invest $100,000 in the stock market, you go, well, God, I trust him here, I'll trust him there too. No, right? But that sounds silly, but that happens. Sometimes we trust a friend, and then they become a business, good friend, and he starts his business and says, you guys, come on! I'm now the CEO, and come join my company. And you go, huh. It just means you have to reestablish trust. As you shift domains, reestablish the trust. Don't blanket trust, okay? That's the first thing you want to remember. The two things you want to remember about trust. One, you're looking for competence. How competent are they? And the second is you're looking for sincerity. It's two pieces. You got to have both. Sincerity. Do I care about you? Right? That's what sincerity is. Am I focused on you, or is it all about me? Now, in the sales domain, you start to run into a lot of people that, have a phobia of salespeople because they may be competent as all heck to sell you that new Beamer that you just got your startup. Right? But when they look at you, they just see dollar signs, and you feel that. And you go, God, I can't work this. Now, a lot of the lower level people will work with people that they're competent and they'll sacrifice their own self. But the reality is, if you truly want to trust someone, you have to have those two pieces in place. Competence and sincerity. So how do you assess competence? Give me some feedback here.
You gave us your biography, so we could assess your competence by your history.
Good. So, education, credentials. When you guys go out in the world, one of the ways that you show up is that, I went to Berkeley. It's kind of one of the reasons you're here. Right? It automatically puts you at a competence level above most people. Right? What's another way?
Experience.
Experience, very good. Did you see my notes? That's good. Years in business, background, projects, clubs. You guys are, I really appreciate the fact that you guys are putting yourself out there. It's not just school, but there's clubs, there's fraternity. Each and every one of you, at least I thought I heard that you were connected in a much broader way. That's experience, right? And if you language it the right way, right, it's power. Okay? What else?
You listen. Listen to what they're saying. Make sure that you're not just taking it in one ear and letting it go out the other.
Good.
You really just grasp what they're saying.
Good. I'm going to put that one in the sincerity bucket.
Okay.
Right? How to assess sincerity. Right? But being competent enough to listen to people, like, am I really there for them? That's good. I'll set it there. What about reputation? Right? Reputation's another one. What are your friends saying about it? What is the paper saying about it? What's the newspaper? What's the articles? What's the blog? What are all the social media tools that you can use to really check up on somebody nowadays? Right? So those are the places that we're looking to assess competence. Right? How do you assess sincerity? That's a hard one. And a lot of people kind of overlook this, like, oh, he's dressed nice, or he seems present, or, Right, so how do you assess sincerity?
Would reputation also fall under that? Social?
Sure.
Body language.
Body language. I like that. So there's a word I use, it's called presence. Like, what's your presence? How do you show up? Do you command the floor? Is it part of who you are? Now, some people can disguise that, right? A good salesperson can kind of disguise that, but who said that? Eye language. Like, connecting to people in their eyes, right, says that, you know what, I can't be distracted. I'm with you. Right? So good. Body language, how I show up. I really think you guys should come over here and we'll, I think you should invest. Is that a good idea?
No.
Right? So you can see how the body can reveal a lot. Right? The more open, the more confident. Right? So as we talked about, you guys can bring, remember, leadership has that energy. You can bring that energy by practicing that energy. Right? Listen, ask questions. Be present in the midst of everything going haywire. In the real estate world, I coach some realtors now because I have some background there. People that make $500 to $1 million a year selling real estate. Right? And one of the things I work with them on is on presence. Like in the midst of these transactions, these are people that are making a lot of money, but real estate is a very emotional game. It's all about my home, my family. It's people get triggered. I don't know if you guys seen that, but it's a high emotion game. And so part of the thing is to be able to balance your client in the midst of them going haywire. Be able to be that grounding force for them in the midst of, I'm crazy, right? When you're with your girlfriend or you're meeting women, they're looking for, are you present? Are you a grounding force so I can just be me? The essence of a female energy is freedom. No constriction. Let me flow. My voice is going to go here, and my thoughts are over here, and then I'm over here, and then I'm over here, and I'm over here. If you're trying to control that, you're going to lose that battle. Your thing is to be present with the women in a way to allow them to show up in their pure essence. And guess what? When they're in their pure essence, as a masculine, you get energy. If you can think about it in your mind right now, a pure feminine energy that you run across on campus. And when you engage with her, you walk away, it's like, wow, I feel good. There's something that has, and that's the polarity between masculine and feminine. If a man can hold the space in a way that a woman can be truly free, right? Both thrive, both rise. Right? And that's something you guys got to continue to consider. Authentic presence, or authentic are in your purpose. Right? So when you guys were listening to how I opened up the conversation, so that was me building trust. Right? Who I am, what I've been through, what I'm doing, what my purpose is. Am I authentic? Are my stories genuine? Are they off? Right? You're assessing that, like, is this guy really sincere? Right? And the last one you want to think about is your actions. You don't overpromise. You show up on time. Right? Say what you do what you say. Right? That all makes sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, tell me about how you can build trust now in some specific scenario that you are faced with. Leadership. Take that and let's put it operational. Everybody think about an idea of how you can take those two distinctions in one specific domain, right? And say, did I show up competent enough? And if not, what do I need to do? And the second, am I sincere? And if I'm not, what do I need to do? So I want to hear a couple stories of you actually taking this and putting it in place. This is not a take a lecture and not get anything away from here. My commitment is to help you embody this stuff. Put it in your system in a way that you can walk out and go, you know what? I need to build more effective trust in the world. Or I need to assess someone from those distinctions versus I'm living in some bullshit story that says I don't trust him because he looks this way or acts this way, right? Throw those stories out. They're all